If you're diabetic or struggling with other blood sugar issues, you might be wondering if you can still eat peanut butter. Is it bad for you? Will it spike your blood sugar? Will it make you gain weight? Is it considered junk food? What about the other snacks containing peanut butter, like even the popular Reese's peanut butter cups? In today's post, let's take a look at some of the top spreads in the world and how it affects you if you're a diabetic. Peanut butter is mainly dry roasted peanuts made into a paste. The main nutrient in peanut butter is fat, followed by a small amount of incomplete proteins and trace levels of carbohydrates. However, most of the fat is of the unsaturated good kind, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. These fats are actually good for you, helping to prevent heart disease and high blood pressure. They also improve your cholesterol profile, reducing bad LDL cholesterol and increasing good HDL cholesterol. But the best thing about peanut butter for diabetics is that it helps to slow down the digestion of carbohydrates eaten together with it. Of the three macronutrients, fat is the one which takes the longest time to digest. The glycemic load is a measure of how much and how fast your blood sugar levels increase after eating a meal. The lower the number, the lower the blood sugar and insulin spike, which is what we're aiming for. You may be eating a high glycemic food like white bread, but when you pair it with peanut butter, the overall glycemic load drops significantly as fat takes a relatively longer time to digest. If you're diabetic or insulin resistant, you'll want to have as many low glycemic meals as possible to let your pancreas and liver heal and become more receptive to insulin. Other than tasting pretty darn good, peanut butter also has an added advantage over eating whole peanuts. Whole peanuts, when eaten in their solid state, don't really have the same carbohydrate slowdown effect as peanut butter. I think this might be because they're still in a solid state even after chewing, and your body needs more time to dissolve the tiny solid pieces before the slowdown effect of fat kicks in. Because of this, any carbs that you have eaten together with the nuts would have had time to be digested first, without being slowed down by the fat in the nuts. Peanut butter is much better for slowing down sugar release due to their semi-liquid nature. In terms of a slowdown effect, they're about the same as oils. Peanut butter is also a nutrient-dense food, offering vitamins and minerals such as potassium, zinc, phosphorus, and vitamin B6, which are responsible for hundreds of chemical processes in the body and help build healthy cells and bones. Also, if you're diabetic or have existing blood sugar issues, the magnesium content in peanut butter will be particularly good news to you. People with high blood sugar tend to have lower magnesium levels. Magnesium supports a healthy immune system and improves bone health and plays a role in preventing certain cancers. Having some peanut butter can help maintain your magnesium levels at a healthy level. The above two benefits of good fats and the many nutrients in peanut butter lead to a third benefit. It helps to keep you more full and satisfied when you eat. Although fat has more calories on a gram-for-gram basis, fat has what is known as a satiating effect, which means you'll feel more satisfied compared to if you ate a low-fat meal. Also, some of the satiating effect comes from its nutrient density. You know why sometimes people can eat a lot but still feel unsatisfied? Like something's missing? Well, chances are in those cases they might have been eating a lot of empty-calorie foods with most of their vitamins and minerals stripped away. So even though their stomach may be full, the body still hasn't gotten what it needs in terms of vitamins and minerals, and so it still triggers the appetite and hopes that you'll feed it something better. With peanut butter offering a combination of vitamins and minerals combined with its fat content, you can see why it plays a huge part in keeping you satisfied and managing your appetite. But for a balanced perspective, peanut butter does have some cons to take note of. Firstly, peanut butter, being a fat source, albeit healthy ones, is relatively high in calories. Just 2 tablespoons can be about 10% of your total calorie allowance. If you find your weight increasing after you start eating more peanut butter, moderate your intake accordingly. Maybe have 1 tablespoon at a time instead of 2. The following nutrition information is provided by the USDA for 2 tablespoons or 32 grams of creamy instead of chunky peanut butter with added salt. Calories 190, fat 16 grams, sodium 140 milligrams, carbohydrates 8 grams, fiber 2 grams, sugars 3 grams, proteins 7 grams. Also, the common store-bought peanut butter has hydrogenated fats inside after being processed. These hydrogenated fats are trans fats, which are known to cause heart disease. It's the only type of fat where the goal is to reduce its intake to 0. Thankfully, there's a way around this. You can get the natural peanut butters instead. These don't have the peanuts exposed to the hydrogenation process. You can find them in the supermarket with these two signs. Number 1, there is a layer of oil floating above the peanut content. And number 2, when you look at the ingredients list, it should only state one ingredient, peanuts, or 2 ingredients, peanuts and salt if salt is added. But do expect to pay a bit more for the natural peanut butter as compared to the regular ones. Chalk it up to the price of being healthy. Kinda like how unflavored protein powder costs more than the flavored ones. You might find the oil separation annoying, but it helps if once you open it, just give it a good thorough mix and then store it upside down, so that the oil will still be somewhere in the middle of the jar when you flip it back up to open. I keep them in the fridge so that they last longer. One final thing to mention. Peanut butter, while providing the benefits of being low glycemic and satiating, is rather acidifying. Brief overview. Our bodies optimally function at a pH level just above neutral of 7.1, slightly alkaline. Anything below 7 is acidic on the pH scale. This is a generic number since we can find different pH levels occurring within different parts of the body. Certain foods, particularly proteins, have an acidic effect on the body, while other foods such as fruits and vegetables will help to alkalize the body through their vitamins and minerals. Maintaining a more alkaline-based diet and environment within the body is important. It has been found that an acidic body opens the gates for bacteria, pathogens, illnesses, and even cancers. Here's what the problem is. Most people consume too much of the acidifying foods. Back to the point. Peanut butter does have an acidifying effect, and quite a strong one too. But that doesn't mean you need to stop eating it. It's all about balance. Just make sure you're getting enough of the alkaline foods in your fruits and vegetables to counter the effect of the acidifying ones. We need both the acidifying and the alkaline foods to function optimally. You could do the cliche thing of eating peanut butter on a celery stick to help get some alkalizing balance in, but then I don't know anyone who actually does that. But most people consume too little fruits and vegetables, myself included. Sometimes it's a bit of a chore to include them in my diet. To make myself feel less guilty, I turn to a green supplement to help make up for my pathetic vegetable intake. They're a nutrient-dense food with many of the powerful alkalizing vegetables in powder form. Overall, peanut butter is a great food to pair with carbs for its slowdown in sugar release and for its satiating effect, helping you eat less. But it's best to make sure you don't overconsume it as it's high in calories. Get the natural kind to avoid the trans fat, and make sure you eat enough alkalizing foods to counter its acidifying effect.